So, if you saw my last video, you saw these pool noodles that I used to make some jugs. And I had some people ask me how I made them. So I figured I would do a little video on that. So I used to fish coastal stuff. If you've seen some of my other videos, you see me catching trout, redfish, alligator gar, all that. And I would always find popping corks everywhere along the coast. And a lot of times these ones that got wire leader and stuff on them. And so I just always collect them when I cleaned up trash and stuff. And I used those to build these pool noodles. Basically what we're going to do, we're going to take the cork and we're going to stick it in the top of about a 10-inch, maybe a foot long stretch of pool noodle. The cork will stop the line from being pulled all the way through the pool noodle, and we'll attach some thick mono. I'm going to use some braid to the top of the cork, let it come out the bottom. We'll put a barrel swivel, a length of smaller leader. That way if it gets hung up or gets broke off, I don't lose this part and the cork. I'll lose the small part of leader. And we're going to put a hook on them. And you can wrap them up and you can kind of secure the hook in the noodle and you're ready to rock. So we're going to disassemble this guy and we'll assemble this. So one of the things that I think is so cool about this is these popping corks have almost everything you need built into them to build this pool noodle. So first, here at the top, we've got the loop, and then we've got the big barrel swivel that you normally tie your line to. We're going to repurpose that. So I got some clippers here. I'm going to clip that off and keep it. Boom. Next, you've got the glass beads that are always on these. We're going to keep those too. So we cut this off, and we got our glass bead. Take the cork off. Got another bead. We've got our weight. And if you wanted to, you could even use the swivel that's always at the bottom, but I'm not gonna for this example. All right, so we disassembled that. And the first thing we're going to do is run our line, which in this case, I'm using some 80-pound braid. We're gonna run it through the pool noodle. I just use this is a piece of PVC because it fits through the noodle easily, and you can, if you try to push the line through this stuff, it's gonna get hung up, especially if you use like a thick mono or fluoro, because it'll just kind of hang up in this. So I just run it through this, run that through, and then pull my line out, pull that back out. So we got our line through. Next, and this can be kind of tricky too, we got to run the line up through the cork. Luckily I got it on the first time. Now we're going to use one of the glass beads, put that on there, and then we're going to take that swivel we took off there, tie it on. I'm just going to use a regular old trilene knot. You can use whatever you want. All right, so the cork will go there, glass bead, and then that barrel swivel will keep it from coming through. So at this point, you take a length of however long you want. Like I said, I'm probably gonna make this one a little bit longer for some deeper stuff. So I'm probably gonna pull out about, I don't know, 10, 12 foot or so. Cut the braid off again. Now, we're going to take the weight that we took off of that popping cork. We're going to put it on the line. We're going to take another one of those glass beads. We're going to put it on the line. And then I've got some large barrel swivels also. And now we're going to tie the barrel swivel bottom part of this. Same thing, trilene knot. You could use whatever you want, whatever you're most comfortable with. So now, we've got a long length, we've got a weight and a glass bead that's gonna come out of here. So it's gonna keep your bait deep down in the water. Like I said, I'm gonna drop this one in probably 20 to 30 foot of water. So I wanted some long leader. This will hold it down. Now on the bottom part of this, I've got some 15-pound mono. I'm gonna put a small length of that, and then we'll attach our circle hook to the mono. So if it gets hung up, obviously the mono is gonna break before this braid does. So I should just lose this length of mono and my hook. I should keep my weight, my barrel swivel, my glass beads. I should be able to get my noodle back. Everything should be easy peasy. And that, ladies and gents, is how we made our pool noodle jugs. And now, can just wrap it all up. Wrap this mono around it. Take your hook, just kind of insert it in the side of the noodle, and you're ready to go. You can put 5 or 6 of these in a bucket and throw them on your kayak, or however you're going to do it. Throw them on your boat and go drop them. And that's exactly what we're about to do.